You guys ready for story time with Coraline? Because I sure am, because I'm Coraline and I'm ready. So today's book is going to be The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. Kind of like the other one. So let's get started. Once upon a time, there was 3 cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third one was white. One day, the mother called the 3 little wolves around her and said, "My children, it is time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house and for yourselves, but beware a big bad pig." "Don't worry, Mother, we will watch out for him," the 3 little wolves, and they set off into the world. Oops. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the 3 little wolves. "Certainly," said the kangaroo. She gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the 3 little wolves built themselves a house of brick. The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks and that the little wolves had built. The 3 little wolves were playing croulet in the garden when they saw the big bad pig coming. They ran inside the house and locked the door. The pig knocked on the door and grunted, little wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the 3 little wolves, "by the hair of our chinny chin chin. We will not let you in, not all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll puff and I'll puff and blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and puffed and puffed and he puffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his sling hammer and he knocked the house down. Oh my gosh, that's a big bad pig. The 3 little wolves managed to escape before the bricks crumbled and they were vanished. Indeed. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the last few pages. The 3 little wolves managed to escape before the bridge crumbled, and they were very frightened indeed. "We shall have built stronger house," they said. Just then they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in the concrete mixture. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets full of messy, slurry concrete. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. No sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of concrete that the little wolves had built. They were playing battle logger and a shut lock in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house and shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said, "Little frightened wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," the three little wolves, "by the hair of our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for a cup all the tea leaves in our china teapot. And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. When the pig wasn't called the pig wasn't called the big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his panicle drill and smashed the house down. The three little wolves managed to escape, but their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling. "We shall build an even stronger house," they said, because they were very, very determined. Just then they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. "Please, will you give us some of your barbed, heavy metal padlocks?" they said, with Rhinos who's driving the truck. "Sure," said the rhino, and he gave them heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some pedals and some reinforced steel chains because he was generous and kind-hearted. Rhino was an extremely strong house. It was the strongest security house one of the possibly imagined. They felt absolutely safe. Oh, forgot to change the page. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing along the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house, blotted the door, and locked all the 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video into its phone and said, "Little frightened wolves, with the trembling chins let me in. No, 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 said the little wolves. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. We will not let you in, not all for all the tea leaves in our china teapot. Then I'll huff and puff and I'll blow your house down, said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called the pig and bad for nothing. He brought some diamond lead in case the house lit the fuse, and the house blew up. The three little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails restored. I can't believe how bad he is. That's really mean. Something must have been wrong with our building materials, they said. We have to try something different. But what? At the moment, they saw Flamingo coming along, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. Please, will you give us some flowers? With pleasure, said the Flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. How beautiful. Well, was the mangold, one of the daffodils, one of the pink roses, and one of the cherry blossoms. The ceiling of daisies, they had water lilies in their bathtub, and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather village with house with swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. Then next day the big bad pig came crawling down the road as he saw the house of flowers that the three little wolves had built. He rang the bluebell at the door. He said, "Little frightened wolves with the trembling chins and the short tails, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair of our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not all the tea leaves in our china teapot. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. But as he took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of the flowers. It was fantastic because the scent was so lovely. The pig took another breath, and then another. Instead of big pig took another breath and took another. Instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fascinating scent. His heart grew tender, and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then he decided to become a big good pig. He started to sing and dance to the tra-la-la. Wait, I don't know what that says. At first, the three little wolves were a bit worried he might be a trick, but soon they realized that the pig had truly changed. So they began running out of the house. They started playing the games with him. First they played pig bog and the piggy in the middle, and when they were all tired, they invited him to the house. They offered him tea and strawberries and the wolfberries and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily ever after. Well, that was sure a long story, wasn't it? The three pigs had so many ways, but only one worked: the flowers. Well, see you guys next time on Storytime with Coraline. See you guys later.